Hi guys, it's Thomas here from COTBase.com. Welcome to this week's Commitments of Traders review. Today we're going to have a look at the 35th COT report in 2014, and as usual we're going to start off with the changes in commercials positions. So here we go. Oats on top of our list with a 36% change in commercials positions. It's definitely larger than average. It is a bearish COT change signal. And if we look at the chart, I'm showing you a few examples over here. You may see how well these bearish COT change signals were able to affect price. Moving on to the 5 years chart, let's have a look at the extreme situation. Basically, we do not have one, as you can see on the chart. It may only be small speculators being a bit more optimistic than usual about the market, which of course can also be considered as a bearish COT signal. Soybean meal, our next market, 32% change in commercials positions over there. Again, we can state that it is larger than average. It is a bearish COT change signal. Moving on to the 5 years chart, let's see the extreme situation. No extreme to talk about. Not even in small speculators. Actually, the small speculators, well, nah, I wouldn't say we can state anything over there. So it's basically the change signal that we can act on. S&P 400, our next market, 16% change over there in commercials positions. Again, bearish signal, and we can state that it is a bit larger than average. And if we look at the chart, we can figure out how effective these signals were in the past. And I think we can state that they were more or less efficient signals. 5 years chart to see how extreme the S&P 400 is. Here we go. Again, following the previous markets, we are unable to talk about a significant extreme. If you look at the 5 years chart, you can see bullish extremeness would be around over here for commercials, and bearish one about here at roughly 30,000 contracts net short level, and we're basically in between those two levels, so it's not an extreme to talk about. Moving on to large speculators, COT Extreme. Here we go. Palladium on top of our list, still on top of our list, of course, with its all-time extreme. Opening the 5 years chart right away, and as I said in the last review, this extreme may easily widen for weeks ahead of us before we really see a change in price. I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but of course it's in the pack. It can happen, and it's something you should be aware of. So the extreme is there. It is of course an unquestionable bearish extreme, and possibly ending the rally that we have in Palladium. Maybe now, but maybe in just a few weeks or even a few months we may need to wait. Soybeans, our next market, with a 412 report extreme in large speculators, but an all-time extreme in small speculators and commercials. You can see the extreme over here. It is, of course, an unquestionably large bullish extreme signal. That is difficult to handle. If you look at the dynamics of price, it's very, very large at the moment, very volatile, and is this the point to enter a long trade? It's hard to tell, but what we need to understand from the COT report is that stresses in soybeans is huge. It's never seen such a stress level, and of course it is a bullish signal that may affect prices soon. Coffee, our next market, 339 report extreme, both in commercials and large speculators. Let's open the 5 years chart right away. Here we go. In this case, we have a bearish extreme, and we are expecting a decline in prices if it's going to happen at all. Of course, if we look back in time, you may see this situation here in 2010 and 11, that we had this extreme for quite some time, and during that time prices were able to rally before they've reached their top. So it's a tricky situation, but anyhow, again, similar to the soybeans market, what I said was that the stress level is high. It is a bearish extreme signal, so eventually we should see prices decline, and it's a market to have your eyes on. Okay, that's going to be all for this week. If you would like to have a look at other COT charts, you can do so at our COT charts page. But if you would like to have a more in-depth and detailed COT analysis, then it's the page that we're looking at right now that you need to use. You can add other great functions to the table, and you can look at all markets, new COT report types, other data types as well. And of course, you can do your historical analysis on older reports as well. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I hope to see you next week. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.